So let's learn the cheat. What's the best way to cheat this? Well, it turns out that you can always do this with a b over 2a trick. Um, just look here. 3x squared plus 5x. What's your a, b, and c? Let's see. A is 3, b is 5, c is minus 3. Now, the b over 2a is the 5 over 2 times 3 equals 5/6. Okay? And what I'm saying is this thing can be written like this with some other junk that we need to take into account. So it's 3x squared plus 5x equals, or let's just say we got to add something. We're not sure what we're going to add. I'm just going to put a question mark here. 3 times, and just factor the 3 out. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. But pull out the 3, write the 3 out in front of the quantity. That's the 3. And then x plus b over 2a for this situation. There's my b over 2a. Okay, and that's what that x plus b over 2a is going to look like. And let's just see how it expands. So it's 3 times x squared plus 2 times 5/6 times x. That'll be 5/3 x. And you can FOIL this, but really you should know how to expand a square. And then plus 25 over 36, the 5/6 quantity squared. Now expand this out. 3x squared plus 5x plus, and 3 goes into 36 12 times, so it's 25 over 12. So to turn the 3x squared plus 5x into something like this, where it's a nice completed square, I have to add 25 over 12. Oh, so look, I've got this equation. 3x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals 0. Slide the 3 to the other side. 3x squared plus 5x equals 3. And the work we just did says that we can write that left-hand side as 3 times the quantity x plus 5/6 squared. And to get that, what we had to do was add 25/12. So I've added 25/12 to this to get this. So I need to add 25/12 to this. Okay? You see what's happening there? I found that question mark. I need to add something to this to write it that way. Well, you find the 25/12 and you add it to both sides. Adding it to the left side gives me what I want here, and adding it to the right side now has to be rectified with everybody else. Let's see, so that's 3 times 12 is 36 plus 25 all divided by 12, and then it's 36 plus 25 is 61. That sounds familiar. Sounds like what we did last time. So now we've got this. 3 times the quantity x plus 5/6 squared equals 61 over 12. And the rest of it solves exactly like the previous video. I'll go ahead and do it. Hey, to get the x inside the square out of there, I got to first isolate the square. And I do that by dividing both sides by 3. Now, if you're smart enough to know to divide by 3 to get it by itself, then write it by itself. And then make sure you divide the other side by the 3. So this is about as elegantly as you could present it and still be complete enough for the teacher to say, good show. And now the next step should be x plus 5/6 equals plus or minus the square root of that right-hand side. Now I can pull the 36 out of the square root as a 6, and then finally x equals minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 61 over 6. But the whole thing here is use what you see here to get the a and the b, get the a over 2b, stick it into this expression, stick it into this expression, and then expand it out and see what you had to add to make that look so good. Okay, and then add this thing to both sides. Well, this thing's already been added to the left-hand side if you see this. So to keep things in balance, you added it to the other side and then followed your nose. Anyway, that might be the slickest way to handle completing the square where the coefficient isn't 1 when it's something like a 3. And I think this technique will work just fine for all of them, you know, the b over 2a thing, and then just expand this out to find out what you needed to add to get it. Okay,